let's talk about additional aspects of what the doctors call PTSD, or post-traumatic stress disorder. From a spiritual standpoint, what this is a broken energy capsule. It's a broken memory storage capsule. These are normally embedded in some of the junk that we all have to an extent. And when they, through various means, become uncovered or ruptured, you end up with basically a full sense movie that will try to play out and eventually get run enough that it basically gets worn out. But in my previous recording on this, which is here on the site, I went through a lot of the basics of it. But there's additional aspects of it that I need to tell you about. I've handled an awful lot of these things, thousands of them, in myself and in others, and I've come up with ways to, if you catch them pretty quickly, they can be gone in a matter of minutes. If you handle them properly. But I've generally found that to handle them properly, you need guide contact, or someone that does have guide contact to handle them. I haven't found any other way to do it yet. I've been working on it better part of yet in 20 years. So, but there's additional aspects to it. One of the additional aspects is that often when you've got one of these things, one of these broken memory capsules, there's often more than one. You can have multiple ones broken at once, or in sequence. Or you can get rid of one, and it may be embedded in what I would call a cluster. And getting rid of that one may take pressure off of others in the cluster, and you get another one, or occasionally more than one, that also breaks, and you've got to handle that. And this for some of these people handling this problem, or trying to, means that to an extent the movie may change, but it's still playing. Or you may have multiple movies, multiple terrible movies a lot of times, because of the way these things are formed. They're basically recordings of events that were beyond a person's normal minute-to-minute capacity to handle. Stuff was jammed into a capsule and recorded and left for processing at some future time. And the memory was lost for the moment in the storage, even though some echo of it may be still in the system, so that you may have panic attacks or something that you have no idea why you're having them. So there is this problem of clusters. Another problem that can occur is that some of the things that come out of these recordings don't seem to have any relationship to your current life. The first one I had, when I was in my 40s, I believe, and had lived a fairly sedentary life. First one I had happened to have, I showed up with a spear in my back after it appeared clearly after I'd already been to the emergency room, and they'd checked my heart and my lungs, and sent me home with a prescription for pneumonia. I got home, and eventually we figured out my wife at the time had spiritual vision and could see the spear sticking out of my back. Now, as an engineer who'd worked in fairly normal occupations for a long time, I certainly had not been hit by a spear in this life. Some of them are carried forward from previous lives in that, and you can believe previous lives or not as you want. But basically, people are made of recycled other people in a process I described to some extent in my recordings here on the structure of the soul. Anyway, so you can have these past life things. Battle injuries, accidents, industrial accidents, houses falling on you, all kinds of stuff. Previous diseases, infections, heaven knows what you may all have endured back then, or the previous people that whose energy bodies you're carrying. So it may not be from an experience you had in this life. And that is, if that sounds mind-boggling, well, kind of got me the first time I had it too. So I hated the other times when I found I was carrying battle injuries where somebody had hit me in the head with an axe, and I had one eye. I was seeing things, one eye over here and one eye over here, and things like that. So that's another aspect of this thing. So you can have these clusters going pop, pop, pop. And another thing about these memory capsules is that because they are memories, I have not found anything that effectively is good, effective pain reliever for them. Nothing seems to work because basically you're dealing not with something that is in some definable tissue or part of you. You're dealing with a memory. So drugs don't seem to work. About the only thing that I found that has any effect on the pain aspects is meditation. And there is a homeopathic remedy called Staphy Sagria, which can sometimes help to an extent. That one is also helpful at times for panic attacks for some people. But pain relief things that help for most everything else have no effect generally on these memory capsules, these broken memory capsules. So if you got somebody that can do the spiritual things, which seem to involve a guide contact with an angel, at least 9th level, that's good. I've laid out the steps to go through to clear the things in my recording here on PTSD solutions, and they can go through that. That's about the best I can tell you. You can contact me, and I can do the things remotely too. The angels have great reach, and I can talk with them, and that's how I do it. And I've gotten rid of an awful mess of them in me. And all the clearing I've done in myself, I've swept away all the snowdrifts, and there's lots of stuff underneath them in me. Snowdrifts or garbage bits or whatever they are. So, anyway, I will help anybody I can. You can try contacting me through my through the comment section or the personal contact thing here on YouTube, or eventually I'll get my own website set up and get a better contact point on that. So I hope this helps you and those that you love. And talk to you again on another tape. Bye for now.